Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a kind of spiritual survival guide pulled right from our source text. And honestly, we're going to break these profound ideas down so clearly that, well, a 10-year-old could easily grasp them. We're looking at three big metaphors today: words acting as your daily food, functioning as your medicine, and ultimately sparking a total inside-out makeover.
So, let me ask you this. Have you ever been so hungry your stomach actually started making those loud, embarrassing rumbling noises? You know the feeling, right? You get weak, maybe a little grumpy, kind of hangry even, and you just know you need fuel, like right now. Well, our text points out that our souls can get hungry too. In fact, it says the world is perishing, basically starving to death, just for one of pure truth. The idea here is that just like your physical body needs a good, healthy meal to keep running, your spirit has a real hunger that desperately needs to be fed.
All right, let's jump into Section 1, the ultimate superfood and fueling up your spirit.
The text actually anchors this whole concept in a famous quote from John chapter 6, verse 35. "And Jesus said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst." It presents Jesus as this ultimate bread from heaven. Think of it as the absolute best spiritual superfood, perfectly designed to completely satisfy that empty, rumbling feeling inside your soul so you never, ever have to feel spiritually starved again.
So, what exactly is this spiritual bread made of? Well, the text defines it simply as truth. And specifically, we're talking about the pure, unadulterated words and life of Jesus Christ. The author makes the point that the knowledge coming directly from God is the bread of life. So, eating this bread, it really means learning about the actual words Jesus spoke and deeply understanding the way he lived.
Okay, but how do we actually do that? The source gives us a really simple three-step daily action plan for eating this spiritual food. Step 1, read his words. Step 2, believe that they're true. And step 3, practice those teachings every single day. The text argues that doing this routine daily is exactly what transforms a weak, feeble spiritual experience into an incredibly strong one. It's basically your daily workout and breakfast combo for the spirit.
Moving right along to Section 2, leaves that heal us, nature's best spiritual medicine.
Now, the source gives us this incredibly striking image. The leaves of the tree of life are for the healing of the nations. This tells us that God's knowledge doesn't just feed us like a good meal. It also acts like a super powerful medicine. It asks us to picture natural, healing leaves from a literal tree of life, perfectly designed to cure whatever spiritual sickness or sadness you might be carrying around.
And the text actually outlines how this healing process works. First off, truth acts almost like a gentle soap, cleansing us from all impurity and bad habits. Next, it prepares the soul for Christ's presence. And finally, it actually forms Christ within us, which the text beautifully calls the hope of glory. So this medicine, it works completely from the inside out.
I love this next part, because the source uses such energetic language. It says that when these words are believed and practiced, a current of spiritual life thrills the soul. It's describing a literal jolt of energy. Think of it like a current of electricity just safely waking up your entire body. That's the exact feeling described when you take this spiritual medicine. It brings your spirit joyfully and powerfully to life.
Which brings us to Section 3, a brand new heart and the ultimate transformation.
Here, the text draws a really sharp contrast. If truth is just ignored, it becomes a cold, dead letter. Just boring words on a page that never actually make it inside your heart. But when it's cherished, the text says truth occupies the citadel of the being. It literally takes over the central fortress of who you are, bringing this amazing fullness of joy and nobleness.
And this whole transformation is anchored in the promise of Ezekiel 36:26. "A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you." The text emphasizes something huge here. God doesn't just, patch up our old, tired, or hurt feelings with some tape. Instead, the promise is a complete replacement, a brand new heart, planting divine life right directly into your soul.
So, what's the final outcome of having this brand new heart? It's becoming a child of God and an heir of heaven. The author really emphasizes that when this truth is cherished, we start to prefer the love of Christ above literally anything else. And because of that incredible connection, we are officially welcomed into the family as true children of God.
Well, that brings us to our final question for this explainer. The text paints this vivid picture of a very hungry world that actually has access to the ultimate spiritual superfood and healing medicine. It challenges us to make a choice. Right now, will you leave the truth as a cold, dead letter, or will you let it thrill your soul? It leaves us with this one simple thought to ponder.
What kind of heart do you want to have today?